so you can, yep. So you can go back and watch the
Okay.
video.
Okay.
Yep, go ahead. Oh, you have started screen sharing. Okay, good. So it takes a while to pop up. Your screen is black, is it?
No, it's I have to connect with my I have to connect the iPad first.
Yep, yep. I can wait for you. Don't worry. Mm. I hope you are preparing.
Yeah, it's connecting. It's screen.
So it's connecting and
It's taking a long time.
okay, it taking a long time. Okay, so while you are taking a long time, any idea why?
It says it's unable to connect. Then I do it again.
So you are using an iPad or you are using a laptop or any other device you are using?
I'm using the iPad and I'm trying to connect the iPad to the computer so I can share.
Okay. In fact, if you use a computer, then you can actually just, you're using computer, right? Plus an iPad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you use laptop, okay, you use a computer to log into Zoom, right? Then I think you don't need an iPad to share. You can actually share from your this computer first. Let's test whether you can share from your computer first. Then after that,
my homework's here.
yeah, exactly. So what I'm trying to say is, can you share your computer? Make sure you can share first. Then after that, you use your iPad to share. So we go step by step.
Okay.
Yeah, we test your computer sharing first. So once that's done, then Good. Okay. So, yep. So first step, very good. I can see your computer. And then in fact, right, I think you want to share using your this basically you click the share screen, then after that you choose the iPhone or iPad, right? You want to choose that option, right?
When I choose the iPad or phone version, when I choose the iPad or phone version, it says I cannot connect.
Okay, yeah, probably some connection issue, but don't worry. Can I know, you say, okay, your homework is on your iPad, right? You know what? Can you share you can go to your WhatsApp. I can see your WhatsApp already. Then you can just quickly send your homework to WhatsApp, and then basically you can show me on your WhatsApp.
Okay.
Hmm. You're using a MacBook or using just a normal computer?
I'm using um a laptop.
Oh, okay, sure. Because if you are using a MacBook, you can just AirDrop, just like I AirDrop to you last time, or you AirDrop to me last time. But don't worry, it's okay. Just go to WhatsApp, and then you can just yeah, share from your WhatsApp, or you can even send to your own email or yeah, either way. Bluetooth. Ah, you want to connect? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm. Or you can send to your email so that you can also share with me using your email. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Either way. Or actually, right? I, I I can also have, you can also use your iPad to log into Zoom instead of computer. Then you just share your iPad screen with me without,
I sent it to you already.
pardon?
I sent it to you already.
Okay, cool, cool. Okay. You have my email, right? You send to my email or WhatsApp? Can I ask?
Oh,
Okay, cool. Okay, good. So instead of you sharing, I will share from here, okay? So
okay.
I stop you from sharing first. Yeah, thank you. All right. Can you see my screen? Blue screen?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. So I'm going to share my stuff. Hold on. Okay, by the way, do you remember? I promise you, I'm going to explain to you, why anything to the power of zero is one. Do you know why?
No.
Not yet. Okay, good. Okay, okay, my PowerPoint is launching, so just we can get started pretty soon. Okay, can you see my PowerPoint? Oh, super white black background. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so in fact, the other time we talked about why anything to the power of zero is one, right? Okay, we had a very good discussion then. Okay, so now let's come and take a look at why. Okay, so first thing first. Hold on, let me just. Okay. So let me just go to looks like I need to new share first. All right, cool. Can you see my screen? Yep, I'm starting to write down something. Can you see my screen? Yep. Okay, good. So okay, can you have your calculator with you? I'm going to ask you a few questions. So 3 to the power of 5. What's the answer? 3 to the power of 5. I'm going to explain to you why 3 to the power of 0 is 1.
243.
Okay, this is 243. So 3 to the power of 5 is 243. What about 3 to the power of 4?
One.
81. Very good. What about 3 to the power of 3?
27.
Very good. 27. 3 to the power of 2. You are going to get 3 times 3 is 9. 3 to the power of 1 is 3. Okay. I want you to observe one thing. Okay. Can you see that we start from 3 to the power of 5, 3 to the power of 4, 3 to the power of 3, 3 to the power of 2, 3 to the power of 1. And I hope you can see that the trend is actually divided by 3, divided by 3, and divided by 3, divided by 3. And then what do you think? 3 to the power of 0. So you are going to divide by 3 again. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So this is, I make use of the concept of number pattern. Okay. This is one way to look at why 3 to the power of 0 is 1. So does it make sense to you? Does it make sense to you now? Okay, good. So in fact, you can actually use the concept of a number pattern to actually verify that. Okay, anything to the power of 0 is 1. Okay, so right now I already see your this. Let me just log in. Okay, so this is loading. This is from ACSXA1. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at your answer from my phone. So which question you want to look at? Is it question 2, which you cross out? Which you cross out. I see question 2, you cross out. So does that mean you need some help for question 2?
Yeah. No, because we don't learn this in my syllabus.
Okay, okay. Okay, then question 2 is not included. Okay. So question 1, do you have any problem?
I don't think so.
Okay, let me just quickly look at it. Miss Tan bought this, okay, and then she divided clay into small balls equal mass. Okay, find the least number of clay balls you obtain for each color. Okay, yep, good. Basically, you just take the okay. I think probably this is the question you want me to go through. Question 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. In fact, question 3, this is called inequality. Okay, let me just get this question out so that okay, make sure you can see my screen, because sometimes I might be talking here, and then if you feel something is not right, I just voice out. All right, so over here you have this x bigger than 4.5. You can actually convert it to x bigger than 4.5. Am I right? And then you also have this x smaller or equal to 6. Okay, so in fact, they already is all this given by you or given by the question? I mean the 4.5, the 4.5, the 5, the 5.5, and 6. Are these given by the question or given by you? Hmm?
Question gave 9 out of 2, so I just simplified it, and then it gave me 6, so I put the middle points there.
Okay, so in fact, what I'm trying to say is the one highlighted in yellow, right? Are these figures given by you or given by the question itself?
Both.
This 4.5, then 5.5, and 6. Are these numbers given by you or given by the question itself?
The question.
Okay, good. Do you know why they pick 4.5? Do you know why they pick 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 6? Do you know why?
No.
Okay, you have no idea. Okay, don't worry. So number one, they give you 4.5 because can you see there is a 4.5 here?
Yeah.
Yep. So because you have a 4.5, so that means on your number line you need at least a 4.5. Okay. And next, you also have 6 here, right? So that means you need to have a 6 on the number line. Okay, it's a must. Okay. In fact, you can do without this 5. You can do without the 5.5. It's not needed. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to draw this x bigger than 4.5. How do you what is your understanding of x bigger than 4.5, by the way? Let me get it to PowerPoint.
It means x is bigger than 4.5.
Yeah. So x bigger than 4.5 means, can I ask you which number is bigger than 4.5? Just give me a number which is bigger than 4.5.
5.
Yeah, 5 is bigger than 4.5, right? I'm trying to write down 5 is. So yes. So basically this tells you that x is so basically, can you see? Okay, let me start with a simple one first. Probably I start with simple one, then you can actually apply the concept. Okay, so let's do x bigger than 1. Okay, so how do you draw x bigger than 1 on a number line? So first thing first, you insert a number line. Okay, you insert a number line. So once you have inserted a number line, can you see that you have a 1 here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a 1 here. So that means on your number line, you need to show 1. Does it make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So x bigger than 1. Okay, remember, bigger, okay, bigger means, okay, means you write a circle above 1. A circle, okay? A circle above 1. And then since it's bigger than 1, right? Since it's bigger than 1, okay? So basically, it should point to the right side. Okay, so that's how you represent. So basically, this is how you represent x bigger than 1 on a number line.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's do one more. Okay, what about you have x smaller or equal to 2? Okay, so let me continue. Later I will give you a chance to do it. So let's do x smaller than 2. So what the number one thing, the first thing you need to do, just draw a number line, right? Use a ruler, draw a number line. And then after that, since you have, can you see the 2 here? So you have a 2. So what you need to do? So you need to, okay, you need to write a 2 on the number line. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then can you see that there is a slight difference here? Can you see that there is a smaller and equal? This is a smaller and equal. So when it's smaller and equal, that means it's equal as well. So what you need to do, you need to put a solid circle. You need to put a solid circle. And since it's smaller than 2, so it points to the left. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So basically the step is if it's bigger, the arrow point to the right. Okay. And then if it's smaller, okay, then the arrow points to the left.
But does the number have to be in the middle?
Okay, so in fact, right, probably you are asking whether this tool, right, how you want to label the tool, right? In fact, it doesn't matter. You can label the tool here actually. You can label the tool here. So if you label the tool here, what you need to do, you need to adjust all this. Then this solid circle, because it's equal, because there is an equal sign here, so that means it has to be solid. Then you just move it to the tool above the tool, and then yeah, point to the left. So did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really up to you where you put the numbers. All right, Ken?
Okay.
Good. So now we can actually do the question just now. So over here, we have this question. So let me just put it here. So over here, in fact, I can use the number line provided here. So over here, it says bigger than 4.5, bigger. So 4.5 is here already, right? 4.5 is here. So I just above 4.5. Okay, since there is no equal sign, here. So I just use a empty circle. Okay, bigger, point to the right. So I just use point to the right. Okay, and next over here, let's do the x is smaller or equal to 6. So smaller or equal. So that means I need to have a solid circle. Why? Because there is an equal sign here. Can you see there is an equal sign here? Okay, so when there is an equal sign, solid circle. When there is no equal sign, here, right? Can you see there is no equal sign here? So you have an empty circle. All right. Then after that, this is smaller.
Can you repeat?
Repeat. Okay, good. Hold on. Let me go to the. Oh, it's quite crowded. Okay, on the previous slide. So over here, there is no equal sign, right? No equal sign, empty circle. Okay. Then over here, there's an equal sign, right? Can you see there is an equal sign here? Then solid circle. All right. Make sense? Hello, can you hear me? Are you still around? Okay, it's lagging. Okay. Can you hear me?
I didn't hear anything just now.
Okay, good. Yeah, over here. Can you see the Can you see the green color? So I was saying, there is no equal sign here, right?
Sure.
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
I didn't hear anything before because it's lagging.
Okay, so can you hear now? At this moment.
No.
Okay.
Like it's bits and pieces.
Give me a moment. All right. How about now? How about now? Oh, by the way, I just reconnected. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but can you repeat everything. It was lagging, so I couldn't hear anything.
Sure, sure. Okay. Let me go to a clean slide. Okay. All right. So now we just have to look at the difference between. So there is a x bigger than 5 and x bigger and equal to 5. Let's see the difference between these two. Can you see that this is only bigger? Okay. While over here you have bigger and equal.
I don't see anything on the screen.
Okay, good. Let me share. Can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. By the way, I have written down x bigger than 5 and I have written down x bigger and equal to 5. So let's see what is the difference between these two on the number line. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the difference between these two, number one, I think you can observe that the only difference is, so this one has no equal sign, right? Can you see?
Yeah.
There is just a bigger sign, right? Then of course the one below, okay, this one has a equal sign. So I'm going to show you how they look differently on a number line. Okay, so let's pay attention. First, spot the difference first. So number one, I need to draw a number line, right? So I need to draw a number line for both. Okay, I've drawn one already. Two. Okay, so you asked the question just now. You asked if you okay. Let's say if I put a 5 here. Okay, you ask if the 5 has to be in the middle. Okay, the answer is no. Okay, but as long as you put a 5 here, so you have a bigger sign. So bigger sign without the equal sign, so it's a empty circle. Okay, so compared to the below one, because there is an equal sign here, so because there is an equal sign, so it has an equal sign for this one, it has to be a solid circle. Okay.
Okay.
So does it make sense to you now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So in fact, has no equal sign, empty circle. Okay. Has an equal sign, solid circle. Then after that, bigger, right? Bigger means to the right. Bigger means to the right. Okay. So that's the only difference when you have an equal sign or you don't have an equal sign.
Okay.
Okay, good. Yeah, so with this understanding, we can actually do the question just now. Okay, not this, but this. Okay, so like I say, which one has the equal sign in this case? Sorry, let me just get the question out again. Okay, which one has the equal sign in this case?
6x.
Yes, x smaller than x, smaller than 6, right? It's over here. It's over here. Okay, it has the equal sign. So that means I need to put a solid circle above 6, right? Does it make sense? Because its equal sign is there, so I need to put a solid circle here above 6, because this one is x smaller and equal to 6. There is an equal sign here. All right, there is an equal sign. Okay, when you have an equal sign, you give a solid circle, right? Okay, now can we look at this x bigger than 5? I mean x bigger than 4.5. Is there equal sign there?
No.
No. So if there is no equal sign, so this one there is no equal sign. So when there is no equal sign, right, I just need to put a empty circle above 4.5. So that's how you decide whether you put a empty circle or you put a solid circle. Okay. Then next step is bigger than 4.5. Bigger than 4.5, that means to the right. Okay. And then over here, smaller and equal to 6. That means to the left. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So can you see that they actually intersect each other here?
Yes.
They intersect each other means they meet each other. They somehow meet each other. This one, okay, you can actually look at my camera. This one 6, go to the left. This one 4, go to the right. So in fact, the two of them actually, they meet each other. Okay, if you are looking at the camera, okay, you're looking at myself, I mean my face, okay, they meet each other. So once they meet each other, right, that means you can actually link these two up already. You can actually link these two up, and just one straight line will do if they meet each other. So that's the answer. Does it make sense?
Then what happens to the numbers on the number line?
Which one? Okay, so like I say, you just need to have a 4.5. You just need to have a 6. The rest actually is not needed.
Oh, okay.
This one is actually not needed. Not needed.
Okay.
Not needed. Okay. So now they ask, write down the possible values of x. So the possible values of x, one of them is 5. Yes, one of them is 5. That means anything between this 4.5 to 6 is possible. Okay, anything between 4.5, 6 is possible. But x is an integer. Can you see x is integer? You know what's an integer?
Yeah.
Integer start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are talking about positive integer here.
Okay.
Okay. Negative integer is -1, -2. Okay. All those. Okay. So that's why the answer is 5. Okay. That's why the answer is 5. Okay. Can you write 5.5?
No.
Okay. The answer is no, because 5.5 is not an integer. Okay. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So with this example, I would like to give you a small example, okay, so that you can actually consolidate this knowledge, build on this knowledge. So let's say if I have x equals to 1.5, smaller equal. So okay, number one question, can you see that there is an equal sign?
Yes.
Okay, so equal sign, what do you think? Empty circle or solid circle?
Solid.
Yes, very good. So it's a solid circle. So I'm not going to go this way, right? So solid circle, then now I have to draw the solid circle above 1.5 because the value here is 1.5. So once I have drawn that already, then you just insert the number line. Okay. So it's pretty simple actually. Okay, once you have drawn this, and just label it a little bit. Then ask yourself, less than 1.5, to the left or to the right?
Right. The right
Less.
or left?
Less means?
Left.
Less means left. Less. Left. Okay? Very simple. So it's to the left. That's it. That's how you represent this. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. Yeah. So with this example, I think going forward, you should not have problems solving this inequality. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's move forward. Okay, next question. Is question 4? You want to discuss? Count, deposit.
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think so? Okay, fine. Okay. Next. Yeah, this is the kind of question we keep talking about. And let me just help you check on it. Okay, so let me just help you check on it. And while I'm helping you to check on it, please pay close attention. Make sure you score for this question. Okay. Number one over here says this is the length ratio. Okay. This is the length ratio. This is the length ratio. So length ratio over here, this length ratio is actually in cm, centimeter. Okay. This length ratio is actually in centimeter. So what you need to do, you need to do 1 over 20, put 30 there, and then of course equal to, okay. By the way, the one here, right? The one here represent the map. Okay. The 20,000 here represent the non-map. Non-map means actual, real. Okay. So in fact, the question is giving you a road is 5.2 kilometer long. So your job is to change the 5.2 kilometer to cm. Why? Because this one is in cm. This one also in cm. That's why you need to convert to cm. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Good. So the conversion, last time we talked about conversion, right? The conversion is, I also don't know, but I can work it out on the spot. Okay. So for this 5.2 kilometer, okay, for this 5.2 kilometer, the number one job is before I change to cm, I change to m first. So 5.2 kilometer change to m is 1,000 times 1,000. Okay. So after times 1,000, you are going to get 5,200 meter. And then meter to cm is 100 times. So that means you just times another 100. Then after that, you get 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 0. Do we have 4, 0? Very good. So once you key this into it, right, you just put the 5240, and then you will find out the x here already. And then you realize this is 26. Very good. The answer is 26. Okay. But if you never do it my way, this is my way of doing things. If you don't do it my way, it's fine. You can actually do it your way. Okay. Next, it says the area represented on that is 36. Now the question is, yes, I want to ask, how do you get this 1 square and 0.04 square? How?
Square, for the in real life map, the real map I did divided by km. I converted it to km, and then I squared it.
Okay, good. So in fact, you did not show enough steps here. I think some missing steps. Probably you do it somewhere else, but there are some missing steps before this. Okay, that's why you need to put in the steps. Okay, let me show you what you can actually do to show the steps. Okay, so over here just now we say 1 over 20,000. This one is cm and cm, right? All right. So what you need to do is you can actually convert. You can actually convert this cm and convert this cm. Then convert it into 1 cm above. Then convert the below over here to m first. When you convert it to m, right? Okay, hold on. When you convert it to m, right, for the denominator to 20,000 cm, you convert to m, you just divide by 100, so you are going to have 200 meter. Okay. Okay. In fact, 200 meter is not enough because the question wants kilometer. So you need to convert one more time to, I mean, above 1 cm is 1 cm. It's okay. So now you need to convert the 200 meter to kilometer. How do you convert it to kilometer? You divide by 1,000. You divide by 1,000. So if you 200 divided by 1,000, you are going to get 0.2. Okay. So once you get this, this is the length ratio, by the way. This is the length ratio. once you have the length ratio, over here they talk about area, right? Can you see is they talk about area? They talk about area. So if you have the length ratio, you just need to get the area ratio. How do you get the area ratio? From length ratio. You square it. Very good. This is the step you need to show. You square it. So in fact, you just square this whole thing. Once you square this whole thing, you are getting 1 square, and then of course 0.2 square. So in fact, what you need to do is you need to show this step, which you did not. That's why I say this is your missing step. Okay? So once you have this step, then over here is for the map in cm square. Over here is real in kilometer square. So what you do next is they already tell you is 36 cm on map. So 36 cm above, then what you need to do is you need to find out this x. Okay, so you just have to solve this accordingly. So like I think like your work here is 1 square over 0.04, not square. This one not square. You make a mistake already here. There is no square here. Can you see 0.02 square is already 0.04? Okay, then after that you just put the 36 above, and then you just need to solve your this x. Okay, then you do the cross multiply. So x times 1 is x. 0.04 times 36. Then you just, can you help me out using your calculator?
$1.44.
So the answer is 1.44 kilometers square. 1.44 is it?
Yeah.
1.44 kilometers square. Okay, so your answer is correct, but your this one is wrong. This one is wrong. You are not supposed to put. Okay, let me use a red pen. You're not supposed to put a square here. In fact, you get penalized for writing extra things. It should be 0.2 square here. It should be 0.2 square, not 0.04 square. Okay, so for this question, you will get 1 mark for above, and then you will get 1 mark below. You will get penalized 1 mark basically because of this. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, good. Okay, next. Simplify. You want to talk about this one, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, for this one, you need to learn indices law. The name for it is actually indices law, but of course, you can actually, please remember the name called indices law. Indices law. Okay. So what is indices law? The law says you just need to times into it. Okay. So if you have x to the power of 2, you times the -3 inside. Can you see? The -3 is outside, right? So it should go into the numerator. It should also go into the denominator. So you will end up with this. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, this is something like this. This is something like, okay, I'll give you another example. So if you have a plus 1 and then you times 2, right? Okay, I think you know that, okay, this is your first arrow and then this is your second arrow. That's how you open the brackets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first arrow, you will get 2 times a, first arrow, this is your first arrow, 2 times a, 2 times a for the first arrow, you will get 2a, right? Then this is your second arrow. Second arrow is 2 times 1 is 2. Does it make sense for this one?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, good. So if you know that, when you have something bracket, you times a 2, you need to have first arrow and second arrow. So similarly, when you have this question, over here is not times 2. Over here is power -3. Can you see? So when you have power -3, you need to times the power. You need to times the power. So when you times the power, so x to the power of 2, you times the power -3. You have a, and then you times the power. So you will end up with this from here. So does it make sense to you now?
Could you say it again?
Okay, so let's start with a simple example. So let's say you have a over b to the power of 2. Okay, can you see the simple example here? A over b bracket to the power of 2. So now, what do you think? You have a power 2 outside the bracket, right?
Oh, no, I mean, do we times the x squared to -3 squared, or does the 2 squared minus the 3 squared?
Very good, very good. Some students, they take minus. Okay, I'm going to explain to you whether you should minus or you times. That's why I want to give you this example first. This a over b bracket to the power of 2. Okay, let's start with this example first. Then later you can answer yourself whether it's a times or minus or plus. Okay, so let's start with this example first. Okay, shall we? Actually, you can see by yourself later on. So if you have this a over b bracket to the power of 2, in fact, just now what we say, by using indices law, the 2 should go into both, right? By the way, the 2 here is a power 2. This 2 is a power. Okay? This 2 is a power. So if the 2 go into the A, if the 2 here go into the A, right? If the 2 go into the B, right? The 2 has to remain to be the power. Okay? So therefore, you will get A to the power of 2, B to the power of 2. So does it make sense now? For this example.
Yeah, but what happens to the 2 and the -3? Do I -3, or do I square first, then square the -3?
Very good. Now, can I ask you, what do you think? This is A to the power of 2 or A plus 2?
Power 2.
A to the power of 2. Okay, good. So now, let's make use of this concept. Let's say I have this x to the power of 2, b to the power of 3. Let's say I have to the power of 3. Okay, so now you want to ask whether this is going to be, so because of indices law, the 3 is a power here. Okay, remember it's a power. So it has to go into this one. It also has to go into this. And now what you ask me is, should I write x to the power of 2 plus 3? And then b to the power of 3 plus 3. That's what you're asking, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? Should it be plus 3 or x to the power of 2 times 3? B to the power of 3 times 3. What do you think?
That I square x then times, then I square x first, then the 3.
So basically, now there are two options. Which one you think is the correct one? 2 plus 3 or 2 times 3?
2 times 3?
Yes. Why? Because if you look at the above example, you have a to the power of 2, right? So basically 2 is the power. Okay. So when you have the power, you go into, when you have the power here, when you have the power 3 here, you go into it, you times into it. You times into it, not plus into it.
But do I times the x square, like the square with 3, or do I square first, then times the 3?
Yeah. No, hold on. You just see this first. Okay, if you are talking about, okay, so that means we already agree it's not plus. All right, it's not plus. It's times, right? We have already agreed. Yeah. So once we have this, right, what you do, can you see that 2 times 3 is, what was the value? 2 times 3.
6.
Very good. So you above is x to the power of 6. Below, 3 times 3.
9.
Yes, that's the answer. Okay, that's the answer. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So similarly, we are going to apply this for the above example. Okay, let me do it one more time. Okay, let me erase this. All right. So like I say, the -3 is a power here. This -3 is a power. So if it's a power, you have to times into the numerator, times into a numerator as a power, not as a number. Okay, so therefore you have this x to the power of 2 times 3, then a to the power of 3. Does it make sense? Or -3, I'm so sorry, times. This is times. A dot here means times, -3, -3.
Okay.
Because it's -3 here, so I have to write -3. So now 2 times -3 is -6, right?
2
Right.
times -6.
Yes, so you get x to the power of -6. And then after that, below is a to the power of -3. Okay?
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. Actually, this is called what? This is called, this whole thing, right? It's called negative index. Index means, what the meaning of index means, okay, 2 to the power of 2. This is called the power. This is also called the index. So in this case, this is positive power, this is positive index. So in this case, we are doing here, this is negative, this is negative. So this is called negative index. Just a name, Okay. Okay, so with this example, I think you can actually do many other questions later on. Okay, let's look at the part B. Given that 64 is equal to this, evaluate, right? Can you see evaluate? Yeah. Okay, good. So let's do the right hand side first. Okay, by the way, this is called the equal sign. So this is the equal sign. On the right of the equal sign is called the right hand side. On the left hand side of the equal sign is called the left hand side. Okay, please know the normal. This is called the conventional notation, right hand side. So let's do the right hand side first. 2 to the power of x divided by 3 to the power of x. Okay, so have you learned this one before? You have to know this one actually. If you don't, then you can't do this. Okay, let me just sum up what we have learned just now. You have learned this one already, a to the power of 3 times 2. So this is a to the power of 6. So this is rule number 1 just now, right?
Yeah.
So rule number 2. Okay, let's start with rule number 2. This is a times. I don't want to use x. I don't want to use the cross because I don't want to confuse you with x. So I just use a dot in the middle to represent times. Okay, going forward, times is a dot in the middle. So for this is a to the power of 3 plus 2, and then you end up with a to the power of 5. This is rule number 2. You have to memorize. Okay, you have to memorize in order to do questions. Okay, so instead of times, just now the question is actually divide. So if you have divide,
Okay.
then will be minus. 3 minus 2 is 1. So this is rule number 3. Okay, so these are the 3 rules you have to memorize. under indices law.
Okay.
Okay, so with this, okay, with this, probably with this, we can actually solve the question just now. Let me show you. Let me just get this question to the PowerPoint, then you will know how I'm going to solve it. Using rule number 3. Okay. Can you see that the right hand side here? Can you see the right hand side here? This is 2 to the power of x divided by 2 to the power of 3x. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So if you have this, can you see this one is somewhat similar to this?
A bit. Yeah.
Why so? Let me tell you why so. Because you have both A and A. This one is 2 and 2. Am I right?
Yeah.
And then you have divide in between. You have divide in between, right?
Yep.
Yep. So if you have A to the power of 3 divided by A to the power of 2, you can actually write as A 3 minus 2. So therefore, you have 2 to the power of x divided by 2 to the power of 3x. Actually, you can write it in this manner. 2, and then above is x minus 3x. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So basically, I'm making use of this rule number 3. I'm making use this rule number 3. I end up with this. I apply it to this. I end up with this. And x minus 3x, what do you get? X minus 3x, what do you get? For this one?
Negative 2x.
Very good. So this is your right hand side. Very good. So this is your right hand side. Now the question is, can I ask you, 64? What is 64? 64 is 2 to the power of what?
2 to the power of x.
No, 2 to the power of 5, 2 to the power of 6, or 2 to the power of 7. Can you help me test it out? 64. Is it 2 to the power of 5 or 6? Six, right? 2 to the power of 6, 64, right? Hmm?
Wait.
Is this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You can use a calculator. 2 to the power of 6 is 64. You want to double check for me?
Yeah, it's 2 to the power of 6.
Yeah, good. Okay, so with this, then I think you can solve the question. Let me duplicate this. Okay, I don't need this because I'm not going to use rule number 2. I'm not going to use rule number 1 in this case. So let me just erase this. Okay, so by the way, can you see this question? Hey, no, not here. This. Okay. Can you see? Can you see the 64? I change it to 2 to the power of 6. Yeah, here. Okay. And then the right equal sign is equal sign. And then after that, all these, the right hand side here, I already converted to what? I already converted to 2 to the power of negative 2x. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think? What is next? What's next? Can you see that you have the 2 here? Both have the 2. So when you have both you have both 2 as the below the base. So basically 6 is equal to negative 2x. So you pick these 2. You pick this up to form this equation. So with this, You can simply write x is equal to -3. That's the answer. Okay, I'm going to give you a simple example.
But why negative 2x?
Yep, I'm going to give you a simple example so that you can digest. All right. So what if I give you 2 to the power of 3x, 2 to the power of 5x plus 1? So if I give you this, what do you think? Can you see that you have 2 here and you also have 2 here? Yeah. So once you have 2 here and 2 here, in fact, you can actually so-called cancel the 2. So once you cancel the 2, you end up with 3x equals to 5x plus 1. Okay. And then after that, how are you going to solve for x? Simple. 3x minus 5x equals to 1 minus 2x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 over -2, which is -1, -5. Okay. So you cancel the 2 if you have 2 as the base. So similarly, so far so good.
Why one out of -2? Why not negative 0? Why not -half?
-half is also okay. It's really up to you. You want to express it in decimal number, or you want to express it in -half. This is fraction. Up to you.
So if I write any of these, there's no difference.
I mean, decimal, okay, if you write like this as the final answer and you write like this as the final answer, it's actually fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But the important thing here is not the answer, but if you see the base 2 and you see the base 2, you can actually do the cancellation. So once you do the cancellation, you end up with this equation. Okay. Does it make sense? And then of course, then after that, you just solve the equation. So similarly, just now the question is something like this. Yeah, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to do this. Okay, good. So just now the question is this at the start. So just now the question is this at the start. So what I'm going to get for the right hand side is 2x minus 3x, right? And then over here, this one is, I mean the 64, equal sign is equal sign. 64 is 2 to the power of 6, right? So can you see we have the 2 here, so we can cancel. Then you end up with 6 equal to x minus 3x. And then of course, you continue minus 2x. So therefore, x equals to -3. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you get the answer. Okay. So this question, right? This question is something like you need to cancel the 2. The important thing is you have the 2. You have the 2, you can cancel the 2. And then you left with the 6 on the left, and then you left the x minus 3x on the right. That's why you form this equation after that, after canceling the 2 side. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's move on then. Okay, so you need to know these 3 rules in order to do questions. These 3. Okay. Everything over here.
Yeah.
You don't have to copy now because you can go back and watch this recorded video if you want to copy. So during the lesson, you just listen and then just try to absorb as much as possible. So this is the benefit of having online lesson. Lessons is recorded. All right, next. Any question on question 7? I think
The last one.
Reflex. Do you know what's the meaning of reflex?
No.
Okay, let me give you a simple example first, because you need to know what's the meaning of reflex. I'm going to draw an angle first. Okay, I don't have a projector with me, so just let's assume this. Okay, let's assume this angle is 120. Yeah. Let's assume this is 120. Okay, so let me label. This is A, this is B, point B, this is C. So how do you name this angle? Is angle ABC is equal to 120. Okay, so far so good. Okay, good. What if they ask you reflex of angle ABC? Okay, the meaning of reflex is the outside one. So what do you think? What's the angle here?
Um, 240.
Very good. So basically what you have done, I think, is 360 degree, because that's the whole thing, right? One round is 360. You minus the 120, that's why you get 240. So that's the meaning of reflex. Reflex means the outer one, not the inside one. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then we can actually look at the question in the exam papers. PQS. Let me just crop this up. They are looking for PQS. If it's not big enough, just let me know. I will make sure it's big enough. Okay, where is PQS? P is here, Q is here, S is here, right? So basically this is PQS. Okay. I think you can get the answer already. This is PQS, right? Can you see? So the reflex is this one. What is this one then?
Um, uh,
This is 40.
I think it's 80.
Which one is
No?
80? Which one is 80?
No, it's
No,
wait.
40. This one is 40.
That is 6, 81, 40, 8, yeah. I'm sorry. But I think the answer says not 40.
Oh, so the answer for PQS is not 40, you are saying?
I think it's not 40.
Okay, let's look at it together. No, that is 40. You know why? Okay, this is 40, right? Given by the question. And then because this one is parallel to this one, can you see that you have a Z? Can you see that you have a Z? The Z means what? Z means alternate angle. Alternate angle means they are the same, meaning this one. Okay,
Okay.
this is 40. This one is also 40. That's the meaning of alternate angle, like this.
Okay, understand.
Yeah. So in fact, it's 40. Okay. Then after that, okay. In fact, the question looks very weird to me actually, because this doesn't look like. I will say this doesn't look like 80 to me. But anyway, if it's given as okay, P. Let me see. P, okay, it has to be 80 because the question says so. Okay. So therefore, this is 80 as well. This is 40 as well. Yeah, good. So basically, just now we are asked to find the reflex of this PQS, right? That means it's here. What do you think? So what's the answer?
PQS 40.
Reflex of PQS. Reflex.
Then 320.
Yes, you take 360 minus the 40, so you get 320. So that's the meaning of reflex. All right. Can?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Next question. Question 8. This question always come up. Let me get it out. Okay. Okay, number one thing to note, this is inversely proportional. So for inversely proportional, what is the formula? Do you still remember? Mhm. Do you still remember last, I think the first lesson?
X equals to ky.
Where,
K over y.
yes, yes, very good. Yes. So you have to remember the formula in order to solve questions. Okay, good. Good that you remember. Inversely proportional is X equals to K over Y. Okay, just write down this first. This is called the general formula. This is always your general formula. This is always your step one. But in this case, right, it's not X, it's not Y. In this case, it's L and B. Can you see? Okay, in this case, L and B. So you need to replace the X with L. Then you replace the Y with B. That's your step one. This is always your step one. Then next, you can do it already. Can you see that L is 40? So L is 40. B is 0.5. Then you can find your K. So this is find K is always your step two. So K in this case is 20. Okay, because of this. Okay. So step two, find K. So first step, general formula. Step one. Step two, find K. K in this case is 20. Then after that, step three. Step two is you sub K into 1. Where is 1? 1 is here. This is your 1. So can I ask, K is equal to what? It says sub K into 1. K is equal to?
K equals to 20.
Very good. K equals to 20. So basically I sub my K equals to 20. So 1 is L equals to K over B, right? From my 1 here. So K equals to 20. Yeah, just replace my K with sub my K into it. So with 20. Done. So what they ask, find L in terms of B. This one, answer. So this is step 3, sub K into 1. Yeah, so basically step 1, step 2, step 3. That's how you get the answer. So what's so good?
I'm still confused.
Yep, don't worry. You tend to get confused first because it takes time. Okay, let me just do one more question. Okay, but remember the step. All right, let's do one more question. Let me get rid of this. Let me just retain the step. Okay, so far so good. Step 1, general formula. Step 2, find K. Step 3, sub K into 1. So far so good. So these are the 3 steps. Okay, so with these 3 steps, I'm going to give you a question. Okay, let me see. Area is proportional to radius. Okay, so how? What's your step 1?
Write the formula.
What's the formula? In this case, it's area and radius.
Is it directly proportional or is it inversely?
Okay, usually when they say proportional, okay, usually is directly proportional. I'm so sorry, directly proportional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's directly proportional.
Then it's X equals to YK.
Okay, so in fact, X equals to YK, but in this case, it's not X, it's not Y. So how? Replace the X with A. right?
Uh-huh.
Then replace your y with r, because in this case it's a and r, nothing to do with x and k, x and y. Does it make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now what you do next? Okay, so basically you already formed the general formula. So this is step one, done already, right? Okay. So usually they will give you, they will say, oh, when a is 8, r is 2. Okay, so what are you going to do next? Next is find k, right? How do you find k?
Um,
Mm.
A is area, so
Mm.
area divided by R.
So basically find k, what you do, because you already have this one, right? So what you do is your a now is 8, so you just replace by 8 lor. Can you see a is 8, right? And then now r is 2, right? Can you see r is 2? So your r is 2. Then you have a k already. So k equals to what? K equals to 4. Does it make sense?
Uh,
Does it make sense? Does it make sense?
Give me a second.
Sure.
So,
Mm.
K negative K is positive K. So, negative oh, okay. I get it.
So you have completed your step 2, right? K equals to 4, right? Find k. Can you see? Find k. So k equals to 4 already, right? So now what is your third step? Sub k into 1. Where's your 1? This is your 1, right?
Yeah.
This is your 1, right? Yeah. Can you see? General form. So sub your k into 1. So 1 is this. So k equals to what?
K equals to 4.
Yeah, k equals to 4. Sub means substitute. So 4. Done. 可以了. That's it.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you get the you know the procedure now?
Yep.
Yeah, good. So once you have this procedure, then that's how you can understand. Yeah, over here. So that's why I say L equals to 20 over B is the answer here. So it's L over 20. L is equal to 20 over B. Now they ask, calculate the value of L when B equals to 10. Okay, fine. You already have this L equals to 20 over B, right? So now they say B equals to 10. B equals to 10. B equals to 10. So what's your L?
L is 40. Wait, no.
Yeah, yeah, this one.
L is 2.
Yes, because 20 over 10, right? So it's 2. So the answer is 2. Okay. Then it says what? Using the answer for L found in part, that means found here. Explain whether the answer is acceptable. What do you think? It says the breadth is 10, then the length is 2. Does it make sense?
The
Length is 2. Breadth is 10 for a rectangle. Does it make sense?
yes.
Can I ask you, is the length supposed to be longer than the breadth, or is the breadth supposed to be longer than the length for a rectangle?
Length longer than breadth.
Very good. So length have to be longer than the breadth. So therefore, in this case, it doesn't make sense. Can you see? Length is only 2, breadth is 10. So it is not sensible. So therefore, is it acceptable? Not acceptable in this case, because your length is smaller than the breadth, so it's not acceptable. 1 mark.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. In fact, if you are going to continue this question, right? Okay. So once you have this question, once you have this final answer, A equals to R times 4, right? You know, the next question they will ask you is, they will ask you, what is A when R is 2? So how do you answer this question?
K when R is 2.
Yeah. What
What
is
is
A? What is A when R is 2? Given this A equals to R4.
A then what 8.
Yes, A equals to, because R equals to 2, right? R equals to 2 times 4, so therefore it's equals to 8. Yes, that's the answer. Of course, you need to write down the unit. So depends what's the unit. Probably is cm squared. Okay, that's how you do questions. Similar, in fact, this question, when what is A when R equals to 2 is exactly like this. Calculate the value of L when B equals to 10. So you just sub it in, you get 2 for L. Can you see the similarity between these two questions?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's how you do such questions. All right. Okay, good. So before we continue, we have a 5-minute break. Go for your water break and washroom, then come back in 5 minutes, shall we? Good. Yep. So see you in 5 minutes. Hello, welcome back. Let me know when you're back.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the next slide. I think today we have covered quite several topics. By the way, when is your exact date for your math exam?
Thursday.
Or this coming Thursday? Paper one or just both?
No, next Thursday.
Or next Thursday? Okay, yeah. Probably we have one more lesson and then you will have your. Okay. Am I sharing? Oh yeah. Okay, good. Am I sharing?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, let's move forward. Question 9. Question 9. Let me see. ABC. Question 9 looks good. One, two, three. No, there's okay. Hold on. Because I see there's no working, so just want to quickly go through this question. Even though you know, then just see what I can add to your understanding. Okay, for this question. Okay, so this is a hexagon. Yeah, spelling is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, hexagon. And then for ABC, ABC is this one. Okay, basically okay. First thing first, you need to show why is it 120. Do you know why is it 120?
Wait, AB. Because I totally forgot why.
Oh, okay, good. So in fact, there is a formula. There is a formula. There is a formula to find out the sum of interior angles. So the formula is called sum of interior angle. Sum of interior angles. So what this means is the sum of all these angles. This is called interior angles. Interior means inside. Okay. Sum of interior angle means all these add up. So that means if angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they all add up. That's called sum of interior angles. Okay. So the formula is n minus 2 times 180. So the n here is actually number of sides. Okay. So can I ask you how many sides are here? 1, 2,
6.
3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. 6. So you just put 6 inside. So if you have 6, 6 minus 2, 4. 4 times 180, 720. Does it make sense now? So therefore, this 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 angle, they add up to 720 because it's called sum of interior angles. So all these angles, 6 angles, add up to 720. And by the way, I hope you know that 6 of them, they are all equal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when they are all equal, you just divide by 6.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why you get 120. That's how you get 120.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So next, it says ACB. Where's ACB? ACB. ACD. ACD is this one. This one. Okay. So ACD, I don't know whether it's 90 degree or not, but I know that if this is 120, right? This is 120. And by the way, you did something here. That means you are trying to say this is an isosceles triangle, right? You're trying to say this is an isosceles triangle. So if this is 120, this is an isosceles, that means these two is equal. So 180 minus 120, so it's 60. So 60 divided by 2, so this is 30. This is also 30, meaning this is 30. So just now we say this angle, this is one of the angle, right? 120. So therefore, if you want to find just this part, the blue part, okay, the red and the blue add to the green. So the blue part, which is your ACD, is equal to the green. The green is actually 120. 120 minus the 30. That's why you get 90. That's how you get 90. That's how you get 90. Okay. All right. Okay. You need to show some working. If not, you will get penalized. Okay. You need to show working.
Okay.
So I hope by going through all these steps with you, you know what to do next time.
Yep.
Let me give you a similar example then to just consolidate your knowledge. Just now is a hexagon. So let me just pick one. Okay, just take this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is called a pentagon. 5 sides. Can you see?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a pentagon. So if you use the formula sum of interior angle, remember n minus 2 times 180, right? Yeah. So this is 5 sides. So the side is 5. So 5 minus 2 times 180, and you should get 540. Okay. So therefore, how many angles inside? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of them is how much? 108. If you use your calculator. Okay. So each of them is 108. Hold on now. Let me just make it better. Okay, so one of them is 108. So if this is 108, okay, if this is 108, let's say, let me just give you one more question similar to the question just now. This is 108. So what if they add one line here? Okay, they add one line here, and they ask what is the angle here? Oh, this is 108, not 180. Sorry. Yeah. How do you find it? Can you tell me what's the angle for the red one?
The red one is
Yeah, you can do this on a piece of paper or on your iPad, up to you.
$72.
Okay, 22. Okay, let's 22.
72.
72. Okay, I don't know. Let's work it out together. So you just take 108. I'm not sure. 108. So basically 180, because this is an isource, right? So if this is an isource, then you use 180. I mean 180 minus this is 72. 72 over here is 36. Over here is 36. Okay, right? So this whole thing is 108 minus 36. Very good, 72. Yep. So that means next time, if this question comes up, you should be able to get it. Very, very good. Okay. That means what I talked about just now, you have already grasped the concept. That's what I want to see. Next question. Any problem here? Question 10. Total area of the garden. Use this minus half, then minus the half times pi r square, half times pi r square. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Oh, by the way, you have already you don't need to write the pi twice.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, you don't have to write, because can you? Okay, just bear in mind these small mistakes. Okay, just bear in mind these small mistakes. Okay, 11. Okay, you circle 11. Yeah. Okay, this is about interest. Have you learned interest?
Yes.
Okay, good. So yeah, if you have, then let's talk about interest. Let me just get this into the PowerPoint. Okay, before I talk about this question, I just want to give you some general idea about the concept of simple interest. Okay, so basically, if you let's say if you have $100, okay, you have $100, you put into a bank, okay, you put in the bank for a year, okay, let's say 2 years, and you know that the bank actually gives you interest, okay, so the bank actually gives you interest. The bank gives the depositor. Depositor is the person who put the money into the bank lah. So the bank will give depositors interest. Okay, so basically at the end of 2 years, in this case, at the end of 2 years, you will definitely get more than $100. Okay, why? Because this $100 plus the interest, okay, that is the total you are going to get after 2 years, right?
Okay.
Does it make sense? The logic, okay? So this is this $100 in mathematics is called the principal. Have you learned this? Okay, it's called the principal. The money you put inside is called the principal. This is the term for it. Okay, and then the money the bank give you extra, so it's called the interest. Then principal plus the interest. Principal means the money you put inside. interest is the bank that gives you, it goes to the total after 2 years in this case. Okay, so I hope you understand this logic. Okay, so now the question is how much is the interest the bank gives you? So usually it's in terms of percentage. Okay, so let's say the bank gives 2% a year interest. 2% per year. Okay, so in this case, let me just minimize this. So let's take this example. Okay, let's just take this example. Okay, so you put $100 into the bank, and the bank gives you 2% per year, right? So can I ask you? So over here, we are talking about 2 years, right? We are talking about 2 years. So I need to write down first year. So I need to write down first year interest. Second year interest. Then these two interests will be the interest here, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So if I can find the interest, then I can add the interest. I can add the interest after 2 years to the principal. Then I can get the total, right? So how do you get the first year interest? Can you make a guess? 2% a year.
100
Yeah.
$100 over
Yep.
100 times
over 100.
2% interest. Then 100 is 98
98. Why 98?
because they took 2%.
Oh no. Can I ask you? The bank, right? The bank here gives 2%.
Oh,
Not take 2%.
oh, then then times 102.
Yeah. You okay? If they take 2%, right? That means you end up with less. So in this case, they don't take 2%. In this case, no, they give you 2%. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
There are banks, they take 2% away from you. That's not called interest. The one is called loan. The one is called loan. Okay. So please, in this case, we are not talking about take. We are talking about give. Okay. So if you give 2% a year, right? So 2% a year, that means 2% of your this $100. So 2% of your $100 is, can you help me out using your calculator?
102.
Oh no,
Wait,
no, no. 100 times 2% only. So what's the interest?
100 times 2%.
Yes.
$2.
Yes, $2. So first year you get $2 as interest. Okay, as interest. Can you see? As interest. Okay. Second year. Because we are talking about simple interest here. So therefore, your this second year you still times the 100. So it's another $2, right? It's another $2. So after 2 years, you will realize that the interest, the interest, the sum of interest is actually $4, right? After 2 years. Then, yes.
Do I have to, because first year you already put in $2.
Yep.
You already have an extra $2. So doesn't that mean the second year the 100% is 102?
Yeah. So in fact, I'm going to talk about that. That is called compound interest. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So let's differentiate the two scenario. Over here is called simple. Simple. The word simple. Simple means just 100 times 2. Then second year also 100 times 2. So simple interest, total interest after 2 years is 4. Okay. We are going to talk about that later after this example. So if the total interest after 2 years is $4, Then you base on this formula, okay? Total means the one you take out. You take home money after 2 years is equal to principal plus interest. So principal is $100, which you deposit. After 2 years is $4, so total is 104. In this case, simple interest. Okay. Now, let me address your this concern just now. That one is called compound interest. Same example. That's called compound interest. So in fact, the question will tell you whether it's compound interest or simple interest. So $100, okay, 2% a year, okay, and then 2% a year after 2 years. Okay. Terms and condition is the same except compound interest. Okay. So what you do, like you say, first year. So first year, the interest is 100 times 2%, that's $2. So the second year, like you say, the second year, you don't start with 100, you start with 102. Why? Because you collect the $2, right? That's why you start with 102 the second year. Understand? So this 102, you times 2%. What do you get? Can you help me out?
$2.04.
Good. Okay. So let me make it more interesting. Instead of 2 years, let's go for 3 years. So now the third year, you don't start with 102. You start with 102 plus 2.04, which is 104.04. You times 2%.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is the interest the third year?
The interest $2.08.
Good. So the interest after 3 years is the. So can you add these 3 up? What do you get?
6.12.
Very good. So based on the formula, total means the take home. You use the principal plus the total interest.
Okay.
Okay, the principal is 100, which you put in. Because of compound interest, your interest after 3 years is 6.12, right? Just now what you say? So your take home is 106.12 in this case. So this is compound interest.
Oh, okay.
Okay, compound interest, you will see that each year you start with a new starting sum. Okay. Simple interest, the sum is always the same, 100. Okay. So now let's look at the question, whether it's simple or compound. It says Karen decided to open a new account and then she deposited 8,000, which pays a compound. Can you see compound? The word compound?
Yeah.
So with compound, you know what to do, right? Every year you will start with a new sum. Okay. So it's 5% per annum. Calculate the total amount she has 4 years. Okay. How you do it? Let's do with first year first. 8,000 times 5%. How much? This is first. Second. Third. Fourth.
400.
Very good. This is $400. So the second year, you start with how much?
8,400.
Very good. Then you times the 5%. How much you get for interest?
420.
420. Then what third year you start with?
48800.
等一下 48 okay, this 48400 plus 4200 should
then it's 48. Then it's 8820.
8820 times 5%。来，继续。
441.
441。来，so 8820 plus 441. That's for the 4th year.
Yeah.
What's the answer? 8820 plus 441.
8820 plus 441.
Yeah.
Um,
This plus this.
Give me a second.
Sure. Use your calculator.
9261.
9261 times 5%. What's the answer?
463.05 cents.
463.05 cents, right? Okay, good. So they ask for what? Let's see. They ask to calculate the total amount of money take home. So total equals to principal. What's the principal at the start?
The principal at the start, 8,000.
8,000. So what is the interest over 4 years? All this.
400. $9,694.05.
Okay, I leave it to you. Okay, I leave it to you because this is the total interest. Okay, this is called the interest, sum of interest. Okay, so you just add, just give it, then add 8,000 to the sum of interest, you will get the total. Okay, okay, can or not?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. What about below? In a shop, a bicycle is priced. The price include government tax. How much is the tax? Wait. This question it include the tax already. So, I'm not sure if you want to do it this way. Let me show you how I can do it better for this question.
Okay.
I think similar concept, but I think I can do it in a better way. Let me see. Let me just copy this over. I'm not saying this method is wrong, but I think there is a better way. Okay, good. So over here, the bicycle is 450. So this one is already included the government tax of 10%. So usually what I do is this. So this is called the final price. Because it already includes the government tax, so I call it the final price. Okay, understand?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Probably I write it below. Okay, let me write it below. So it looks better when I write it below. Good. So this is the final price. 450. So the final price. Okay, then that means if you have the final price, then you have the original price, right? And then the original price plus the tax. In this case, is plus the tax give you the final price. Does it make sense? Yes, this is the logic. Original price plus the tax, you will get the final price.
Okay.
Yep. So always come with the logic. Now, can I ask you, original price, when you start with the original price, you always start with 100%. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes. So in fact, everything start with 100%. Okay. Original price is always 100%. So now it says the tax. The tax is 10%. So that means it's here, 10%. Okay. So therefore, original price is 100%. Tax is 10%. By the way, tax means you add to it. Okay. Tax means add. Okay. What about discount? What do you think? Discount 10%. What's the meaning of discount 10%? Add or minus?
Minus.
Very good. So you need to differentiate these two. If it's a discount, you take minus. So in this case, tax, add to it, so you plus 10%. So you realize that the final price is actually 110%. Okay. So now what you need to do, final price is 450, final percentage is 110. So what is 1%?
What is 1%?
Yeah. So what is 1%? So 1% is how much?
4.09.
4.09. Okay. So that means 1% is 4.09. Then they say they want the what? How much is the tax? Tax is 10%. So 10% is how much? 1% is 4.09, 10% is how much? Then 4.09 times 10. So 40.9. Does it make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, can I ask 450 divided by 110? What is it indefinite numbers?
What?
450 divided by 110. Let me double check. Oh, okay. You need to give yourself some decimal numbers.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So once you times 10, right, you realize that you will get 40.909. And then you round to 2 decimal places. Do you know why you round to 2 decimal places for dollars?
Because there's only 2 decimal places for money.
Yes, you go to cents, right? So that's why the answer should be 40.91. Give yourself some more decimal places. So that's the text. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. So always do questions like this. Okay. In fact, I also have one question similar to this for my student. Let me just give it to you. So it says, Lee family went out for a lunch. Okay. They pay $110 for the meal. Okay. And it included a 10% service charge. Then how much was the bill before service charge? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what is the logic? The logic is you have a service charge, right? So let me go with the logic first. Hold on. Where's my piece? Yes, yeah. Looks like I need to adjust a bit. Yeah. Okay, good. So you have a service charge. Okay. So something plus the service charge give you the final bill, right? Right. So that means this is this is the original price.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically this is the logic. Service charge, they say 10%, right? Right. So original price always 100%, right? So that means the final is 110%. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with this understanding, what is the final price they pay? They pay 110 for the meal, right? That's the final bill, right? So 110 is here. Okay. So 110 is here. So what is 1% then?
1%. 1%. 110 divided by 110 equals to 1.
Yeah. So what's the answer?
$1.
$1. So they asked for how much was the bill before service charge? So that means they want original price, right? Original price is 100%. So what is the 100% then?
1 times 100.
Yep. So $100. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, same thing. Probably I should add to this. So Lee bought a bag for $50 after a 20% discount. Okay, so what was the price before the discount. Okay, so over here, the logic is original price, old price, minus the discount. Why minus? Because discount is minus, not plus. Okay, so you will get the final price, right? Does it make sense? This logic? So the discount is for 20% here. Original, always 100%, right? So that means the final price is 80% in this case. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Yep. So the bag bought at $50. So 50 is here. So how much is 1% in this case?
How much is 1% in this case? 1%. 50 cents.
50 over 80. 1% is here. 80% is $50. Because that's the
Then 0.625.
They ask for what? What was the price before discount? That means original price. So 100% is how much?
100% is 62.5.
Correct. So $62.50. You need to put a 2 decimal places. Okay, so far so good for this type of question.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's about it for today. This is number pattern. Okay, so by the way, have you learned this matrix question? I don't think so. Yep. I don't think so. This is under matrix.
Yeah.
Then paper 2, yeah, we like you say, we will focus on paper 1 first, right? Okay, this is by the way, this proportional question, you can go back and double check because we have learned how to do proportional question already, right?
But can I ask you about my math homework?
Yeah, like. Oh, by the way, time is up. But of course, if you have 1 or 2, we can actually quickly go through.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
The question is.
Can you send to WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier there. I will stop share for the moment.
I can't find my phone. Can I just read out to you?
Oh, okay. I try to capture because I try to capture the question. Yeah, I try my best.
When you do 4a square b3 b3. The 3 is like the square.
On top.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. This is called 4a squared. Then it b cube. This is called b cube. B cube. Or b to the power of 3. B to the power of 3. Yeah. Continue.
Minus 12ab square c.
Hold on. Minus 什么
12ab square
AB
c.
C. Okay.
I don't understand.
You don't understand. Meaning what? Okay. What's the question? They ask you to factorize or what?
Factorize completely the following questions.
Oh, understand. Okay. So I give you another example first. Or first thing first, you need to know how to read. Yeah, 4a to the power of 2, b to the power of 3, or a squared b cubed. So in order to do this question, what you need to do is you need to do the other one, the more simple one first. Let me do the simple one. Okay, so let me give you a simple one. 2a plus 4a. Okay, can I ask you, what is common between these two?
A.
A only. What else?
Multiples by 2.
No. Okay, I mean, besides A, what else is common? So you say A, okay, both have A. Okay, A is common. Okay, take out A. So when you have common, you take out. Okay, so you basically, this is called, when you factorize, right? Factorize means you take out common factors. Okay, yes, that's the meaning of factorize. So like you say, they both have A. Okay, both have A. I take out A already. Anything else they have in common besides A?
Multiples of 2.
2. Okay, 2 is also common. Okay, good. Very good. So once you have take out this common factor 2A, right? So what are you left with? So you're left with 1, 1, right? Then after that, you're left with 2. Because, why? Because if you open it up, your first arrow, this is your first arrow, you will get 2A. This is your second arrow, you will get 4A. You will get back itself. Can you see? You will get back itself. That's called factorization.
Okay.
Yeah. So similarly, on top, very good. You asked this question. Let me just move it a bit first. What is common? I see an A, right? I see a B. I see also a B, right? Anything else? Yes, I also see a 4, right? Am I right or not?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now the question is, now 4 is common, done. A to the power of 2 and A to, okay, so basically A to the power of 2 versus A. Which one is smaller? A is smaller, so I take A. Okay. Now the question for B, can you see B? Can you see the B? B is B cubed and B squared. Which one is smaller?
B.
No, B cubed and B squared. Which one is smaller?
B squared.
Yes. So you don't take, okay, just now you said you take B, right? Wrong. You don't take B because now it's between B cubed and B squared. So you take the smallest. So you take B squared, not B.
So only can get one step low. Only can get one step lower only.
Oh, no. Okay. Later, I'm going to give you one more example. So once you take out the common factor already, then you will see that 4A, then this one you short of A, this one is short of B, and after that you get a 3, then this one you short of C. So this is the answer. So just now the question you asked, right? Okay, I know what you're asking. So now I'm going to give you another example. Let me give 4. Okay, good. So can I ask you, what do you see? Both A, both B, right? And then you also see a multiple of 2, right? But my question is, when you see a multiple of 2, right? Then that's why you take out a 2. That's a common factor. But now you need to compare these two. A4 versus A2. Which one is smaller?
A2.
A2 is smaller. I mean, A to the power of 2 is A squared is smaller. So you take out A squared. Okay. Next, B cubed and B squared. B cubed versus B squared. Which one is smaller?
B squared.
B squared. That's why you need to take out B squared. Okay. Not, you don't take out A, you don't take out B. You need to take out A squared and you need to take out B squared. Okay. So once you take out this, you'll realize that this one, you have A to the power of 4. You already take out A to the power of 2. So how many A you left with? You have A to the power of 4. You take out a to the power of 2 already. So you still have?
2.
Yes. Then again, b to the power of 3. You take out b to the power of 2 already. How many b you left? 1. Yes. So the first one here, done. Now go to the second one. So I'm going to erase this. So 4, 2. So you need a 2. Now a to the power of 2. A to the power of 2. Do you need to put another a?
No.
No. B to the power of 2. B to the power of 2. Do you need to put another b?
No.
That's it.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay. Yeah, that's how you do questions.
Oh, I have another question.
You have another question?
How do you know if the answer, you're supposed to factorize the answer into the answer here or into like bracket, like equals to like bracket 2a bracket close bracket, then another open bracket, then 4a plus x, then close bracket.
Yeah. Okay.
When do you know which one to do which one?
This one is last time the okay. This one is something like last time though. Hold on. You remember last time we did this last time? Okay. So what I say, this one is x times x, right? Then this one plus 2 is -1 minus 2, or it can be, I mean, times, or it can be 1 times 2, right? Then which one you pick? Which one you pick? So if you pick this one, let's say you pick this one. Okay, let's say you pick this one. Okay, so I pick the yellow one. So if I pick the yellow one, I'm going to get this. And then you will see that you won't get minus 3x. This one will not give you minus 3x. Okay, because you open the bracket, right? You will get x squared plus 3x plus 3 plus 2. So you don't get minus 3x here. So that's why you want to get minus 3x. But over here, if you choose +1 plus 2, you get plus 3x. So you cannot take this. That means this path is no, you don't take this path. Therefore, you need to take this path. You put a -1 and -2 inside. So once you put the -1 and -2, that means you take this path, then you will get x squared minus 3x plus 2. That's how you factorize this. That's how you factorize this thing. Are you asking this?
No, I'm asking how to identify which method to use.
You mean factorization? No. If you see a quadratic equation, this is called quadratic equation. What is quadratic equation? Power 2. Power 2 is quadratic equation. Once you have a quadratic equation, then you need to do factorization like this. That means they should look something like this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So if you see a quadratic equation, power 2 is a quadratic equation, then they should look like this. Or meaning, sorry. Meaning, then you should factorize like this one. Yeah, so they are in this format.
Okay.
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 Yeah. All right. So that's it.
Okay.
Okay, Ken. So yeah, I hope today we have learned a lot of concepts. And by the way, the lesson is recorded, so feel free to watch this recorded video while you are doing similar questions next time. Okay, so next time just do another set of paper 1 and then we will go through the next set of paper 1 plus some of your questions from your school. Okay. All right. So,
So do I need to do like 3 sets of paper a week, or do I just have to do one?
just do one, just one paper 1. I mean,
Oh,
yeah, inside I think there are 3 sets. You just pick another set of paper 1, then you can do. But if you can finish one set of paper 1, you can go ahead and finish another set of paper 1, so that we have more materials to discuss.
what if I do paper 2 and I still got questions? Can I ask?
Yeah, sure. So, okay, because I remember the last lesson, you say you want to focus on paper 1. That's why I say, oh, please do paper 1 so that we can talk about paper 1. But now seems like you want to ask paper 2. I'm fine as well. I'm fine as well.
Okay.
Okay, because I remember last lesson, you say paper 2, most of the question you are okay, but paper 1, a lot of question you are not okay. That's why I want to focus on paper 1.
Okay.
Okay, so it's up to you. So you see which one you are more comfortable or not comfortable. We will go through those.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so this I'm going to upload this video after this lesson. So that's all. Bye bye. Take care.
Okay.
Thank you for joining my lesson.